My head, people, my head. These Glazer owners. I've been saying, oh, Man United, like, if you can't buy anyone, at least sell someone. At least sell some of this deadwood. Do you know who United go and sell? Zidane Iqbal. Sell. Guess what? Guess what? How much we're selling them for? 1 million euros. I wasn't expecting that today. I thought he was going out on loan. I thought, brilliant. Zidane Iqbal out on loan to the Netherlands. Fantastic deal. No, it's a permanent. So you're telling me we paid 3 million euros to have Weghorst here for 6 months, but we are selling Zidane Iqbal for 1 million euros. You're telling me that? You're telling me that this club is this stupid? Is this unserious? I mean, I know United are idiots. I know we're idiots in the transfer window. I know that we are begging for someone to sign Eric Bailly for 2 million, but Chelsea are getting 30 million for Koulibaly. I know we are stupid and we do stupid things. But if they're offering you 1 million euros for Zidane Iqbal, let him go on loan. Unless he's had some big buster with Ten Hag. Like Man City and Arsenal, they get at least 10 million for Zidane Iqbal. At least 10 million. I'm actually laughing at it. Let me share my screen. I laughed when I saw this tweet. You get a David Ornstein exclusive. I see David Ornstein exclusive Man United. I'm like, oh my God, Man United finally signed or sold someone. Boom, David Ornstein exclusive. And we sell Zidane Iqbal for 1 million euros. That's like 800k. Like, that is not a lot. When considering the Glazers have probably spent 500k in the last couple of weeks on their trips around London to, just double how much the Glazers have spent on the last 2 trips to London, and you could get Zidane Iqbal. I mean, first of all, we don't talk about the women's team on here, but we're letting Russo go on a free. We're basically not renewing the contracts of any of the good players in the women's team, and we're selling Zidane Iqbal for 1 million. I mean, the team is comical. I get a David Ornstein exclusive. I'm like, yes, finally. Oh. I mean, I didn't think this would get any more embarrassing than us begging clubs to give us 2 million for Eric Bailly. Do you know what it is? United have Mark written on their forehead in the transfer window. You know, everyone sits together and they laugh about United. I guarantee you get Ajax, Benfica, all the Premier League clubs. They probably have a little meeting and go, let's just laugh at how bad United are in the transfer window. Let's just laugh at how awful they are. You know, they can't even get more than 1 million for this player. We'd have got 10 million for him. They're selling him like that. It is honestly humiliating. We are the biggest club in the Premier League. We are one of the biggest clubs in the world. Yet, we absolutely pathetically stupid. I just can't comprehend how a club of this size, of this stature, is run so badly. Like, we've seen Arsenal and Liverpool be run badly in the past. But at least they're being effective, getting good transfer deals done, getting deals done early, got a good strategy, they've employed some footballing people. We've still got bankers and rugby fans doing our business. We've still got owners here that put the club up for sale in November and haven't made a decision. They said they're going to make a decision soon, but we were told they were going to make a decision in January. We were told in January we're going to hear something soon. Well, you know what? It's been 6 months since January. We've heard nothing. I mean, I actually, when I read this story, I almost wanted to laugh. I always wanted to laugh at how pathetic we are, because to tell you this, I'll be sitting here, it'll be the year 2026, and I'll be saying United put in a 50 million bid for Zidane Iqbal. I'll be sitting here in 2026, we put a 50 million bid in for Zidane Iqbal. Oh no, we've got to pay 70 million to bring him back. We only sold him for 1 million. I mean, do we not learn from our mistakes? We sell a good youngster that we don't give a chance to for barely any money, for less than 1 million. We'll probably be signing him for 50 million in a couple of years. I mean, I said I want United to sell a player. I've been sitting here going, look, if we're not going to buy a player, can we at least sell some of our deadwood? I've been begging for United to sell a player, and we've all been begging for United to sell a player, but this wasn't the player we wanted you to sell. We wanted you to sell someone that was bad. We didn't want you to sell someone that was good with bags of potential that, honestly, I'd probably play over McTominay with his technical quality. We wanted you to sell someone that wasn't good. We wanted you to sell one of our bad players. Not one of our good players. We let Ethan go brave. We let Gomez go on a 3. Do we not learn? Do we not learn? We don't learn. We obviously don't learn. I mean, I'm absolutely fed up as well. It's just embarrassing. Let's be honest. Because I tell you right now, if he was a City player, Arsenal player, Chelsea player, he'd be going for at least 10 million euros. I mean, what I don't get is if we're not going to get more than £1 million for him, why aren't we just doing this as a loan deal? Because he could go out there and he could be fantastic. He could be absolutely balling up on loan. You know, that's what Chelsea did with Mason Mount, brought him back. Chelsea selling Mason Mount to us for 50 million. He could have a brilliant loan, be a United player, sell him for 50 million. You know, it's the lack of strategy that I'm actually judging right now. Because I look at this and I go, well, let's say he goes out on loan and he's fantastic on loan. Well, we could get 10 million for him from Ajax or another Premier League club. You know, why are we letting him go out on loan, letting him go permanently for €1 million? If he has a good loan, he could instantly be like 10 million, 20 million. A good loan, good Premier League season. Next thing you know, he's worth 30 million. Boom. City sell their young players for good money because they play them, they give them good loans, and then they only sell them if they get good money for them. If not, they loan them. City have had players like Frimpong. City have had players like Lavia. What they do is they make sure that they sell them or loan them so that they're going to get a bit of a fee. We have one of our brightest and best technical players who balled up in pre-season, and we're going to sell him for less than $1 million, and we've not even given him a chance. I'd have played him with McTominay in some of those games. I tell you, do you know what the most embarrassing thing is? Now, I don't think Zidane Iqbal is ready to play in the Premier League at all. I don't think he's ready to start in the Premier League, but he wasn't given a chance. I don't think he's ready at all. You know, he needs a loan, and then maybe like another loan, and then I think he could be ready because to play in the midfield in the Premier League at that young, yeah, that's insane. But I saw Zidane Iqbal on pre-season. He was fantastic on pre-season. He showed McFred levels. But what I saw from Zidane Iqbal on pre-season was a player that can do and has potential to do exactly what we're missing. We need someone who is press resistant, good on the ball, can play next to Casemiro, kind of has Frankie de Jong-esque quality, can be a progressive passer, can carry the ball forward, but completely press resistance, technical ability, intelligence, good movement off the ball, good awareness, good positional awareness. We need that. That is what Zidane Iqbal could be. The player we want to sign and we need to sign in midfield, not Mason Mount. The player that we need to sign in midfield to play next to Casemiro is what Zidane Iqbal could be in a couple of years. So for me, it's absolutely criminal that we are sending him out for less than £1 million on loan. I mean, Dummer and Dunner, Arnold and Murta. I mean, look, the first thing the new owners have got to do is completely set the board. But I said this the other day. I'm not even going to direct any energy to Arnold or Murta. They're stupid. They're not footballing people, but they're doing a job they're not qualified to do because the owners are giving them a job they're not qualified to do because the owners don't actually know how to get proper people in. They're not good businessmen. The Glazers, the reason the Glazers brought United is because they were such bad businessmen. They needed something to bail them out. United, that's it. They're not good businessmen. But the reason I'm not going to go in on Arnold and Murta is because it's all happening above them. They're dumb. They're stupid. They're idiots. They're embarrassing. But it's not their fault. They are way out of their depth with this job, and they've been employed by the people above them. I'm not going to focus my energy on Arnold and Murta because the biggest problem is those above them. That's the biggest problem. Those above them. They have been completely delaying this takeover. 8 months. 8 months done nothing because they don't care. They don't care that 800 plus people are worried about their job. They don't care that Ten Hag's had a fantastic first season and wants to make progress and you're not letting them do anything. The reason we are not signing players and selling players is not just because of Arnold and Murta. It's because the people above them won't release the funds. Ten Hag wants United to challenge Arsenal for Declan Rice. They won't release the funds for him to make a bid. Ten Hag wanted Kim Min-jae. They told Ten Hag we cannot pay Kim Min-jae's release clause. The reason Kim Min-jae has gone to Bayern, and Romano confirmed this, is because United went to Napoli and said we can't promise you we're going to pay his release clause. We couldn't promise Kim Min-jae was going to pay his release clause a 40 million steal, and that is why he's gone to Bayern Munich. That is why. We only said we could pay his release clause if we can sell one of our centre-backs. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Biggest club in England, one of the biggest football teams in the world, and run like imbeciles. We'll pay €3 million to have their cost on loan for 6 months, but we won't even get €1 million for one of our best young academy stars. Now, look, I'll be honest. We've made $1 million in sales. Woo! Piss off. Do you know what I mean? I just can't get over it. Just loan him. Just loan him. We'll probably be selling Elanga for £2 million. No, we could get a good club could get 15 million quid for Elanga. 20 million for City. I can't believe how bad we are in the transfer window. I know we're bad, But every day that goes by, I think surely it can't get any worse than it does. You know, I thought this transfer would have been miserable. Caicedo going to Chelsea, Rice going to Arsenal, Lavia going to Arsenal. Last night, David Ornstein goes, oh yeah, and Timber's going to Arsenal. We've lost out on Kim and Jae. We won't get Kane. We won't get Ostenhem. Gonzalo Ramos is going to PSG. You know, Kim and Jae we've obviously lost. Caicedo's going to Chelsea. Rice is going to Arsenal. Lavia's wanted by Arsenal. I think surely this can't get any worse. Oh no, Arsenal are going to sign Jurriën Timber. I mean, there's a chance United will do something, but we haven't done anything this window. What makes you think we're going to do something now? So that, they're linked to players like Koch and Pickford. The next thing you know, we sell someone brilliant. No, we sell a good player for an absolute joke of a price. Now, look, I don't think Ten Hag liked Iqbal because he did play Maino over him. And we could look at it from Alice, stop being reactionary and negative, and actually let's look at it realistically. Ten Hag was playing Maino over Iqbal. Ten Hag didn't like Iqbal. He wasn't part of the plan. We could look at it like that. Maybe there's some issues with Ten Hag and Iqbal, but still, we should be getting at least €5 million from at least. For me, it makes no sense. Did you know? Bear in mind, I wouldn't be shocked if someone would make a bid for 50 million quid in a couple of years. I mean, look, someone will say, oh, look, but United have got a really good sell-on clause. I'll bet the sell-on clause will be 5% once it's revealed. United got a significant sell-on clause. Don't worry, they'll make more money from this. Oh, I bet it'll probably be 5 million. Probably be 5 million when it's done. Do you know what I mean? I mean, some people say they're not bothered about the sale of Iqbal, but it's just embarrassing how low the fee is. And I agree with that. I think, you know, 1 million profit on the balance sheet for Iqbal. I mean, look, if you tell I want some sold, sell them, but it's just embarrassing. I've got a few stories I do want to get into, and I don't want to spend this whole video ranting and complaining because honestly, I don't like to be negative, but I just like to be real. And, you know, with United in the takeover, it's just been winding me up. Like, you just don't know when anything's going to be done. We've been told that. We told last week we will 100% find out this or next week when the takeover is sorted. Well, we're in the next week and we haven't found out anything. All we're doing is finding out that Arsenal are set to sign Havertz, Rice, Lavia and Timber, and United are faffing about on whether we should put another bid in for Mason Mount. I'm not the biggest fan of Mason Mount, but if Ten Hag wants him, put in a bid, get him done. Apparently, we've got this 120 million fixed budget. So why aren't we just going to go and straight up and buy Mount and Hojlund? Why don't we just go straight up and buy Mount and Hojlund, get the first two signings done, then release De Gea, sell Henderson, get Onana done? Why don't we just do that? At least that's Onana, Hojlund and Mount in, boom. Then we sell players, see how much money we've got come August. Oh, now we've got a little bit of money here. Oh, but wait, Lavia's been swooped up. Timber's been swooped up. Everyone good's been swooped up. But at least there's a bit of money there from maybe players we sell to get in another midfielder that could defensively cover Casemiro and potentially be someone that's press resistant. You know, I mean, look, obviously if I woke up tomorrow and David Ornstein went exclusive, Man United signed Mbappe or Frankie de Jong, I'd be in a very happy mood. But something tells me he's not going to do that. And something tells me that United aren't going to do anything for a while. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. I have a feeling I could be sitting here in 2 weeks and we could be saying, is it going to be Jim? Is it going to be Qatar? And complaining about the takeover. I have a feeling I'll be sitting here come July. I have a feeling I will be doing my pre-season watch-alongs complaining United haven't done anything. I have a feeling I will be doing my pre-season watch-alongs complaining United haven't done anything with the takeover. Still talking about Sir Jim or Qatar. That's 3 weeks away. 3 weeks today. You know, I'll be sitting here, United haven't done anything. I'm convinced of it. Because we get told, and I hope I'm wrong, we get told we're going to find out if it's Qatar or Sir Jim this week. I'm convinced. Do I think we will? Ornstein said in December, I've been told you're going to find out something soon. The reason Ornstein stopped talking about the Man United takeover is because he's realised they've lied to him. Ornstein said this with the United takeover, you ask them what's going on one day, they give you this answer, the next day they give you this answer, and the next day they give you this answer. Ornstein basically came out and said, I don't talk about the Man United takeover unless I get really good information because they keep lying to me. They told me something was going to be done soon. 6 months have gone by, nothing has been done. They're an absolute mess, United. An absolute mess. It's embarrassing. I can't be bothered anymore. It's just not toxic and negative. Carlos says he'll be back when the sale is done. And just the thing is, when will the sale be done as well? That's what happens when you don't have football people involved in negotiations. Instead, we keep injury prone. Yeah, we just keep injury prone with McTominay as well. It's mad. Like, we need to hire footballing people. Such an obvious thing to say, but we do. Very embarrassing. Even remember Garnacho was bought for 10 million from Atletico. I don't think Garnacho was 10 million, was he? Let me Google that. I think he was 800k. Garnacho price. But Garnacho was 15 or 14 when we brought him. Just to clarify that, Garnacho was very different. He's a 14-year-old, not a 20-year-old. Very, very rarely do people pay like more than $1 million for 14-year-olds. You know, I mean, it's just embarrassing. If Atletico president doesn't want Felix back at the club, could Ten Hag have used to him? I think if we'd have got Felix on loan instead of Eagles, we'd have been a lot better off, but we didn't. Zidane sold for 2 flights for Avram and Joel, literally, honestly. I mean, I was at the point, you know, when McTominay was being so bad, I'd have played Zidane Iqbal over him. Now, I don't think Zidane Iqbal was ready to play in the Premier League or should have been starting Premier League games, and I get that. But Zidane Iqbal, he's got to get a loan deal or something. He's got potential as well. 17 plus years of this pure torture and pain still counting, 100% as well. More and more feels like we are being played. Why are we selling a promising academy lad for pittance with a mega rich takeover looming? Literally. And do you know what's mad is we sold James Garner for... James Garner was our record transfer last summer as well. James Garner, Zidane Iqbal probably will be better than McTominay in a couple of years, both Garner and Iqbal, and we'll sell them. At least we've got 15 million for Garner. You know, I think City would have got 25 million for Garner and 10 million for Iqbal, but at least we got some money for Garner, and Garner is better than Iqbal, as he had a fantastic loan spell. But, you know, Garner's coming off a fantastic loan spell in the Championship. We get 15 million for him, which I still think was a bit cheap. I think we should have got about 25 million for him. But Iqbal for $1 million, we might as well loan him. We're under 112 likes, guys. So on a more positive sign, please do keep smashing that like button. Let's go for 200 likes as well. We can't sell a player who does not even get a game for 5 mil. Sort it out, get a deal done. I mean, Eric Bailly we can't even get 2 mil for, but you're telling me Saudi Arabia will pay 30 million for Koulibaly. I don't think there's much between Koulibaly and Bailly. Just Todd Bowie's dodgy business with the Saudi. Either way, you loan him out to see his potential could massively raise his value if he performs on loan. Exactly. And honestly, typical United disgraceful, says Paul. It is typical United. 1 million is an absolute disgrace. And we'll pay 80 million. Yeah, we'll pay 80 million for Maguire, which we pay 100 million euros for Maguire, but we think Zidane Iqbal's worth 1 million euros. It is classic United. I mean, look, I was like, you know, the positive is United had done something this window. United have finally got their first done deal with the transfer window, but it's just the most pathetic done deal ever. Classic United to finally do something, finally get a done deal done, confirmed transfer, and it just be absolutely embarrassing business from United. Just absolutely classic. Alice, Kudus or Mount, who would be your choice? Well, Kudus is more attacking than Mount. I would think Kudus is better value for money, but Ten Hag obviously wants Mason Mount as well. Selling to Qatar instantly put 70 million into Kitty. There will be no need to service the debt. If we get Qatar, we have about a budget of 200 million as well. Alice, I'm sick of all this bad news. Goodbye. So am I. I want something to be positive about. I don't like being a negative United fan. I don't like the fact that on Twitter, all I'm doing is complaining. It's annoying. I would find myself annoying if I followed me because all I am doing is complaining and whining. But this is what United has done to my head. This is what United has done to my head because which is stupid. I want Todibo, exactly same here. If we can't hijack Timber, we've got to go for him as well. Havertz created a Mount. You know what? Mount has been better for Chelsea, but I think Havertz has a high ceiling. But I would still go for Mount over Havertz. I think Havertz could be Sancho 2.0. I actually think Mount probably the better signing than Havertz, but we'll probably get proved wrong because Havertz will probably smash it up for Arsenal and Mount will be dreadful as well. We went off from chasing De Jong all soon before signing Malacia July last year to chasing Mount all June. Yeah. Do you know what's mad? And I saw something today. I'll try and see I don't know if I liked it, but I saw a tweet today and it kind of said it when United do business and that all our business the last couple of seasons we haven't signed anyone until July or sold anyone until July. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to just quickly scroll down my liked tweets, but someone made a list of when United have signed and sold players, and I can't find it. I probably didn't like it on Twitter. And it basically was saying July. Let me find it. Let me put July in. See if anything comes up. July. I want to show you something if I can. This is it. This just shows you how slow United at the transfer window. So don't expect, and this is why I'm saying don't expect anything soon with Mount or Hojlund, because summer 2022, we've got Malacia done on the 5th of July. and we got Eriksen done on the 15th of July, but we didn't get anything else done to the end of July. Martinez wasn't done to the end of July. So when you think about that realistically, United, we could be sitting here in a month and United probably might have not sold anyone, because summer 2021, we didn't get anything done until July. Nothing till July. Yes, I guess they had the Euro excuse, but it's very, United don't do business in June. United, for some reason, the transfer window opens in June, but in Manchester, in the red side of Manchester, it opens in July. For everyone else, the transfer window will be open in June, but for us, no, it's not open till at least July. And we say it's probably mid-July opens. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, you know, United are slow, and the takeover is just a summary of what United are like. Slow FC. Honestly, very worrying that we are desperate for £1 million. Yeah, I mean, the fact that we're taking £1 million for him, are we desperate for the money? What's going on here as well? United put a bid for Mason Mount days later. Arsenal put in a bid for Rice. Arsenal put in a second bid for Rice. What are these fools at United doing? Chelsea don't respond. Move on. Yeah, put another bid in or move on. Go make a move for Rice. Go make a move for Lavia. Incompetent FC. We should be called Incompetent FC as well. Scott says, this summer I don't expect much. I just have to stop the bleeding and get the Glazers out. It may take a year or so to get back to running the club and how it should be. And you know what? I try and tell myself, maybe it will be worth it in the end. Maybe patience will be worth it in the end, because at the end of the day, if we do sit here and we do nothing, but we get Qatar, you know, it will be worth it in the long term. Would I sacrifice this transfer window to get Qatar? So if someone said to me, you can have a really good transfer window, but you get Sajim, or you don't sign anyone and you get Qatar, I would sacrifice this transfer window to get Qatar, because football's a long game as well. But you know, maybe you've got to look at it with a positive mindset. Just wait, it will pan out. Let's not be too negative. United are stupid, but you know, we did have a good transfer window in the end last summer, as bad as it felt. Even though we didn't get De Jong, like, it was a good transfer window. We look to be getting a good new goalkeeper that's going to be good, like Onana. That's going to be really significant on the way we play. Mount's going to be an improvement on Eriksen. Potentially, you know, Hojlund, we're going to have a striker. Like, we are going to be better next season. You could look at it in a positive way. We're going to get new owners in. Look, this is long now. This is annoying now. But, you know, when the new owners in, it will be sorted. United will be in a significantly better place. We could look at it from that angle, to be honest, and we could try and find the positives. But it's quite hard to find positives when realistically all we're seeing is, Arsenal going to sign Timber. Chelsea are going to sign Caicedo. I can be as positive as I want and as patient as I want, but as soon as I see our rivals signing players that we should be signing, that are good players, are getting stronger and us doing nothing, that's when the frustration starts. That's when me being annoyed starts as well. City routinely sell academy lads for significant funds. We basically give ours away. It's actually 860k. That is the math thing. Like, we're not even getting £1 million for Zidane Iqbal. Not even £1 million. Like, that will just fund a couple trips for the Glazers. That's not going to fund anything other than a couple trips for the Glazers. It's just so embarrassing, isn't it? When you actually think about it and when you actually look at it, it's embarrassing. It really is. Like, this is what our club has come to. This is what United are doing. This is pathetic. That's what I sit and think. And I actually do have more positive news to get into. But then I just don't know if it's PR spin. We've got some news that United are actually going to go and do something for Mason Mount and put in a bid for Mason Mount. We've got some really positive news on Diogo Costa to United. We've got some positive news on Hojlund to United. We've got a lot of interesting positive stories. And like, I want to get into it. But at the same time, my head's like, is this just another PR spin from United? Is it just another PR spin from United? I wouldn't be shocked. Our first move last summer was selling Ghana as well. I just sometimes can't get over how stupid we are as well. It could be a 50% sell-on clause. So if he was sold for 10 million, we get 5 mil back. I don't think it would be that high. I think it would be 10%, to be honest. If it was over a 20% sell-on clause and he goes for like 100 million, bit of me. But realistically, no one's going to be spending 100 million on an Eredivisie player other than United, because that's what we did with Anthony. 100 million euros, so like 80 million quid as well. Anyone interested in how Utrecht have kept the transfer more of a secret than United ever could? Do you know what? That annoys me as well. You know, even Arsenal, who are very public squad and with their Rice pursuit, they kept Timber very quiet. Why can't we just have David Ornstein go, exclusive, Man United made a bid for this player? Why do we have to be linked to players for months and months and months, then watch them go to a club that isn't United? You know, why can't, you know, if David Ornstein tweets tomorrow, Man United put in a bid for Max and Kakare, 30 million bid set to be accepted, personal terms agreed, I'd be like, that's what I want to see, United. That's what I want to see. Let's go. Good midfielder. 30 million bid, personal terms agreed. Lyon need to raise funds because they're in a financial situation. Brilliant. We've not been linked to him all summer. That's what I'd love to see. That's what we won't see. If I woke up and Fabrizio Romano said De Jong's agreed personal terms to join United, United preparing 70 million bid, even though we haven't signed them, I'd be like, boom, this has come out of nowhere. United are making moves. But what annoys me about the transfer news is United want a keeper. They're watching, they're monitoring, they're following, they're looking at. They're watching, following, looking at. Hojlund we like, but his price is this. Mount we're going to make a bid for, but we haven't made a bid for. If United go and make a bid and go and agree personal terms, I'm not going to complain. Even if we haven't signed the player, at least we're doing something. It's the fact that we're not doing anything. You know, if I wake up tomorrow, oh, United putting a bid for Max and Kakare. Oh, United agreed personal terms with Max and Kakare, who we've not been linked to. Perfect. But that doesn't happen with United. That happens with serious clubs. That happens with proper clubs. And United aren't a serious club. We're not. And it's a shame because we should be. We are the biggest club in England. But we've got owners that do not care. Owners that want to rinse every single penny out of this club. Them delaying the takeover says everything you need to know as well. Every story, transfer or takeover saga gets walked back within a matter of days. Stock spike, Qatar heating up was a week ago now. Exactly. It's embarrassing. We thought Qatar was going to be done a week ago. It wasn't. It's all games. Maybe it's games for a higher Sir Jim Ratcliffe bid as well. Alice, when will ownership be confirmed? Well, it was meant to be confirmed in March, Kenny. It's not March, is it? Maybe they meant March 2020. Do you know what would be funny? They'll say, yeah, we told you ownership was going to be confirmed in March. Yeah, March 2024. And that's what they'll be saying. It'll be classic United as well. I mean, Arnold and Murta, I'm not even going to go in on them, to be honest. I'm more fed up with those above as well. Hey, Alice, it's can see exactly what happened with Mount. Chelsea sell Kovacic and Havertz and will increase the amount they want for Mount because they might not want to sell him. True. Paredes underrated. I mean, I'd take him over McTominay. It's crazy. We'll probably make signings in August. I mean, if we get into mid-July and we haven't signed anyone, I wouldn't be shocked. Ten Hag's ambitious. He said to the board, I really want players in before pre-season. I'm ambitious. I've got plans. I'd like some few players before pre-season. Yeah. Will Ten Hag be going to pre-season with anyone on the plane? Probably not as well. People are saying, look, if Sir Jim Ratcliffe didn't make a bid for United, we'd have had a Qatar by now and it'd been all sorted, potentially, but maybe the Glazers have the secret plan to sell and accept a minority investment. You've got to think of it like that as well. And, yeah, I'm just reading through the chat as well. Alice, is it true if the Qatar takeover, Ollie will be back? Not as like a manager or anything. Probably just like, I don't know. I didn't even believe that story, to be honest. I thought it was a parody account when that came out as well. Qatar's only hope for this BS selling for nothing, buying overprices, give big wages. Yeah, I mean we've just got hope we get something with the takeover with Qatar. We've really got to hope. Six Glazers too many, says Paul. I agree. If we lose enough ground on rivals this summer and end up in Europa that coming season, and the following is in the bin, exactly. That's the problem. Everyone else around us is strengthening. Liverpool and Chelsea had an off season, but they'll do serious business, and we might not. They might finish above us, become sixth, Europa League, bish bash bosh, gone. Do you know what I mean? So that's the worrying thing as well. If we don't get our crap together, we could be finishing eighth, sixth. I like Ten Hag, but if everyone else strengthens and we don't, how can you expect them to compete with that? You can't go in on Ten Hag, but it's true. The thing is, United can never keep quiet about their targets to get social media talking and end up losing a player. Yeah, I think, but United do that on purpose. United deliberately leak who they want to buy because they want social media noise, good PR spin for the club, keep the fans happy, keep the stock price up. But the reason United want social media noise is because they know it will generate clicks and attention to the club. They can make more money out of commercial, all of that. Rinse this deal, tell everyone about it because it's all a big game to United. Do you know what I just seen actually? I've seen this. I tell you what, and I think this is spot on. I'm going to read this out here. Let me get this on my screen. It was said here. 850k for Zidane Iqbal. We're going to get 20 million or less for Fred, 25 million or less for Dean Henderson, 2 million for Bailly, 10 million or less for Alanga. We've got 1.5 million for Chong and 15 million for Ghana. This isn't acceptable. Murta and Arnold should be sacked immediately after takeover is finalised. Now, the one thing I will say is a lot of this is Ed Woodward giving these players ridiculous wages, which is why they can't be sacked. But I'll be honest, and I don't want to direct my attention to Arnold and Murta. I just think they'll be sacked, and we should get some serious people in when we've got new owners, because the problem is the Glazers, and there's not much that Arnold and Murta can do spend-wise because of the Glazers. But the players we sell and the players we buy aren't good enough. Myrtles and Arnold are embarrassing at their jobs, but it's criminal. It is criminal how bad we are in the transfer market. Absolutely criminal. Absolutely criminal. Transfer funds do not come from Glazer pockets. No excuse for this divvying and delays. True, the Glazers don't put money in the club. This is the club's money. The problem is the Glazers. I don't know if they'll let people spend the money. That is the big problem as well. Erling Haaland gets what Zidane Iqbal costs every week. I know, absolutely mad. Glazers take out that in dividends all the time. Glazers take out 30 Zidane Iqbals in dividends every year, but they won't be able to take out dividends for next year, the Glazers, so they have to sell. Significant sell-on clause, you can look at it like that, but what's significant? 5% would probably be as well. Gary Neville wasn't too convinced on Mount. I'm not totally convinced on Mount, but Ten Hag wants him, and I'm just trying to be positive. I hate being negative because I'm just whinging and whining at the moment, so I am trying to be positive, to be honest. Signings in August means third or fourth choices and missing pre-season. Inexcusable to let it happen again, absolutely. Because we started the Premier League season slow, and then we actually caught up quite quick. I reckon if we'd have actually got the signings in on time, we'd have finished with a good probably 9-10 more points. I reckon we'd have challenged, not challenged, but I think we would have been a lot more points as well. Was Iqbal really given a chance? He's not good enough. He looked promising to me. Yeah, I don't think Iqbal was given enough chances, and he looked very promising to me as well. Newcastle's still going to start splashing, says Diego, and you're right with that. Watch for Newcastle. They'll do good business. They'll run like a proper club. They'll do good business as well. They absolutely will. Maybe Ten Hag wants Iqbal sold. That's what I'm thinking, because he did play Maino over him. Maybe there was kind of fallout behind the scenes, but to still sell him for €1 million is a joke. We've got 200 likes, guys. Let's see if we can hit 300 likes. So do smash that like button if your Glazers out as well. Ten Hag's a good coach, but looks like he needed Van der Sar over Mars. He's got no talent ID. We do need proper people coming in for talent ID. We'll sign Ten Hag once, but we need proper people in. Alice, what about the Rasmus transfer? United set to make another offer for Rasmus Hojlund, and that deal is expected to be done. Again, lots of positive news coming out on Rasmus Hojlund today. United getting that deal done, etc., etc. But I think for me, is it a PR spin? Is it a PR spin? That's the thing. I'll get into the transfer news on Hojlund, and I will get into the news on the set. I've got some updates on the takeover that I will get into in a second. United apparently going to make an offer for a Gambian striker that I've never heard of, and you guys have never heard of. But this was said on Rasmus Hojlund today. This was particularly interesting, so we'll get into this story here. It was said Man United would look to meet Atlanta at middle ground regarding Rasmus Hojlund. A deal of around 60 million could fit into the structure, and it is understood intermediaries will explore that possibility. So Man United could be doing a deal for Rasmus Hojlund about 60 million. I think he's worth about 50 million, but United tax probably happen for 60 million euros. United want to pay no more than 60 million euros. Atalanta want at least 80 million euros. 70 million euros is in the middle. That's about 60 million pounds. I still think if we were a good club, we could sign Mount, Hojlund, and Onana for 150 million pounds combined. But probably going to cost us 180 million because we are absolutely stupid in the transfer window. But there was a bit of positive on Rasmus Hojlund, but if positive news comes out, part of me always thinks it's a PR spin. Part of me thinks it's a PR spin. Because I think it's so negative at United. I feel like they'll put something out positive, but I can't even trust it. That's what United have done to my head as well. Mount is a handy player, but the transfer amount is important. No point paying everybody else for him. If they want any more than 50 million for Mason Mount, we should tell Chelsea to do one. We should absolutely tell Chelsea to do one. Gaz says, get the Glazers out. Guys, smash a like if you're with me and Gaz and you want the Glazers out. If you want those awful owners out, smash that like button as well. It's still coming out today that Ten Hag wants Harry Kane and is trying to push United to do something for Harry Kane. Now, that would be nice to see, but as I said, I can't see United doing anything for Harry Kane, unfortunately, because we've just been told that Levy won't sell when he's out of budget. But you know me, I'm a big fan of Harry Kane. Seeing him score at Old Trafford, Luke Shaw assist, Rashford involved in the goal. I thought, you're teasing me. On Mason Mount, it said that a second bid for Mason Mount will be submitted this week by United. Romano did say today, Arsenal are advancing in talks to sign Romeo Lavia. Man United are interested, but their priority is Mount. It was said that as well, and that Ten Hag, according to Jason Black, the Telegraph, has urged the club to sign Mount, and he's adamant that he wants this signing done now. It was said that Ten Hag wants a new goalkeeper, but Man United are interested in keeping De Gea, but Ten Hag won't approve that. It was said by Record Portugal that Manchester United have been ones to watch in the race for Diogo Costa. The problem is they haven't made a decision on De Gea's future, which is why they're not currently pursuing Diogo Costa. But it was said that United are set to listen to offers for a lot of players and are happy to sell them. And I'm going to name the list of players up on the screen here that United are happy to sell, and then we will get into some takeover news. It was said Manchester United are open to offers for a number of first-team players, including Harry Maguire, Fred, Martial, Scott McTominay, Donny van der Beek, Anthony Elanga, Eric Bailly, Telles, Brandon Williams, and Dean Henderson. So we're going to play how much will we get for them. Maguire, we probably won't be able to sell because we'll be an idiot and stay. Fred, we want 20 million. We'll probably end up with 12 million. Martial, we'll probably let him go for 3 million. McTominay, we want 30 million. We'll probably get 20 million for him. Van der Beek, I think we'll get 10 million for, but we should be getting 15 at least. Elanga, we should be getting 15, 20, but we'll probably get no more than 10 million. Bailly will probably go out on loan again because no one will buy him. Telles will probably go out on loan again, and we'll probably end up selling Brandon Williams for 2 million when we could get 10 million. And Dean Henderson, we want 30 million for. Apparently, we'll pay 30 million for Pickford. We'll probably get about 15 million for Dean Henderson because we're stupid. That's what I think will happen. I think United will be an absolute embarrassment in the window, and that's just us. Embarrassment FC. But those are the players that we want sold. I don't trust anything this club does. I don't have much trust as well. What's this say? Rumours of civil war in Man United hierarchy. Your comments. Wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if Ten Hag was really angry and frustrated. If we're angry and frustrated and we don't rely on United as our job, imagine how angry and frustrated that Ten Hag could be. I reckon Ten Hag's not happy with this club at all. I reckon Ten Hag's not happy he's not getting the power he wants as well. Honestly, I think Ten Hag must be incredibly frustrated. Greedy Glazers, I agree. If Eric Ten Hag walks, we're done. The people saying, I spoke about this in my video rant earlier, but I didn't talk about it to the end, to be honest. But there's a lot of rumours and speculation Ten Hag's going to walk. Some accounts saying they got inside information that Ten Hag's thinking about walking. That account's known for spreading BS. They said that Frankie de Jong would be done. So I just ignore the rumours, but I can imagine Ten Hag is frustrated. 60 million for Hojlund, do it at this rate. I'd do it. We could miss out because Bayern are interested, as well. I think 45 million. Yeah, for me, I think Mount and Hojlund should cost 90 million combined, but United will get them for about 120 combined, let's be honest. But I think Mount and Hojlund are both 45 million players. I think Onana's a 45 million player. I think United should spend 135 million, get Mount, Hojlund, and Onana done. And then all the money you raise through sales, hopefully we can raise another 100 million through sales. We can invest in someone like Timber and Lavia, and that would be a good transfer window. But unfortunately, United getting a good transfer window is looking more and more unlikely, which I don't like. Hojlund is promising, but almost half his appearances were as a sub last term. Can't overpay and have crazy expectations. Exactly. Been saying, we can't just rely on Hojlund. We probably need a left winger to come with Hojlund, realistically, when you think about it. So at least, we could play Rashford as striker. 644 watching, only 188 likes. Come on, guys, smash the like button. Yeah, guys, please do smash the like button. Over 700 people watching. Let's go for 300 likes. If your Glazers out, do go ahead and smash that like button as well. Did we sell Iqbal for £1 million? Yeah, well, 860,000 euros, £860,000, £1 million, yeah. 10 million for Donny. I think we could get 15 million for Donny if we're smart, but we won't. We could get 20 million for Martial. But United will probably get about 3 million for him because of his injury stuff. To be fair, I think I wouldn't pay more than 15 million for Martial now. Martial now, he's so injury prone. If we get Pickford, I'm off. Mate, United surely know that the fans are annoyed, and they surely know the fans don't want Pickford. So unless United are absolutely stupid and don't actually pay attention to social media, it would be a mad one if they went and got Pickford. If Qatar's bid wins, they're cleaning house. Only those Eric Ten Hag want to stay are going to stay. I agree. Look, if Qatar get United, and hopefully they do, and hopefully they do bloody soon, because I'm getting annoyed. I think they will be brutal. Dealing with this crap again, somehow Jim gets the club. I think most we get is another season out of Ten Hag. Honestly, I'm worried. Rashford obviously about to sign a new deal and said he'd only sign a new deal if the club showed ambition. So maybe Rashford knows something we don't about future plans. But Chelsea cheating FFP with a company called CIP owned by the Saudis as a 5% share in Chelsea, same owners as Newcastle. 4 players from Chelsea going to a Saudi club. You know what? It'd be brilliant if Chelsea and Newcastle got told that only one of them could be in the Champions League because they've got similar owners. That might open up a spot for us if we have a crap season. But yeah, all of this just points to full sale. I mean, it does to an extent, but it also just points to great Glazers' greed. We need Hojlund, Taram, Mounts for 50 mil max. Kim and Jay and that Fenerbahce attacking mid looks good. Rabian for squad depth. Get rid of Fred. So Saeed. Yeah, unfortunately, United probably won't do half of that or even think about that. But I agree with some of that. Why Qatar just don't give them what they want? Maybe because Qatar don't want to give them what they want because they think they're greedy vermin. I don't know. But then if Qatar are so desperate for the club, why don't they give them what they want? I'm not sure. Maybe it's about saving face. Maybe it's about looking good in the business world. Inter got Onana for free. They did. Brighton Sanchez would be brilliant if Haley's 40 million. He was crap last season though. Brighton didn't even play him. They played Steele over him as well. Yeah. Guys, please do smash the like button. And of course, subscribe down below if you're new and share the video as well. Let's get Alice to 65k subs for the best Manchester United daily news. Yeah, please do subscribe for the best United news. Big up Diego in the chat as well. Anyway, continuing on, let's see what else has come out today. There was a little bit that came out today on the takeover and the sale. Not the most interesting stuff. Not nothing super exciting, but Gary Neville did a rant about the sale, and don't blame him. But this came from just like a general source. Well, if I can find it. Yeah, so it came out here. It came out by Financial Times. Let me get this here. Let me get this on the screen. It was said by the Financial Times source. The Glazers are very slow decision makers who are deliberate in how they think about things. Joel takes forever on any decision he makes. This is a huge decision. Shock. What a story. Basically, the Glazers are slow. This is a big decision for them. They're slow, particularly Joel. What that is telling me is Joel Glazer's the problem. So Joel Glazer, take off your glasses, make a decision. I can't believe it. Basically, it came out from the Financial Times saying that the Glazers are slow. I mean, it's not really news. It's not news. They are slow. But basically saying, yeah, the Glazers, they're just going to take this at their own pace. They're going to be slow, etc., etc., etc. Honestly. Thank you for the update, Alice. We appreciate the hard work on daily news. Big up. Thank you for the comment as well. I think Qatar have given them what they want. They just can't decide amongst themselves. Potentially, Joel probably wants to stay. The rest probably want to give it to Qatar. Qatar people are not dumb to overpay. Exactly. Slow sports news. Slow/deliberate. This is going on 9 months exactly as well. Big up everybody in the chat as well. Every time I see their demonic faces, I want to puke. I mean, honestly, I am fed up. I'm not enjoying talking about United at the moment because I feel like I'm saying the same things. I'm being negative. I don't like that my videos are negative. I don't like being a negativity talks football. I want to be positive. I was very positive throughout the season. I was like, yes, Casemiro, boom. I always look for the positives. I always look for the bright side. I always try and be positive. I don't want to be one of those negative fans. But I can't help but be negative when I just see that United are just doing what United do and not acting like a serious club. Bad decision after bad decision. Unfortunately, I can only be negative, and I don't like that as well. Let me just check if there's any news as well. The Glazer brothers are moving like the Chuckle brothers to me to you. You're absolutely spot on there, Diego. They're just fools. Let me see if anything's happened. Has in the 40 minutes we've been live, anything happened? Fred will not be offered a new contract. Anything happened? Have we done anything? No, just Iqbal going. Just Iqbal going. So, to be honest here, I'm probably going to wrap up the live stream because I don't really want to be ranting for more and more news as well. More and more news as well because there's just not really much news as well. But look, David Ornstein, fantastic journalist, broke a fantastic report for Utrecht. Yeah, just United being stupid. And the only thing is, it feels like we've hit rock bottom, so it should only get better. But I mean, if we get to the gym tomorrow, that will be rock bottom. If the Glazers stay, that will be rock bottom. Whenever I think it can't get worse, it does get worse. But I think surely, it's just being negative. Every day that goes by, we're closer to United doing something. We're closer to United signing someone. Every day that goes by, we're closer to finding out what happens on the takeover. But we don't know when that will be. But there's meant to be news this week. So if there is news this week, of course I'll be live and I'll make a video on that. But anyway, guys, Please do smash that like button. Of course, subscribe down below if you're new. Share the video. Thank you very much for watching today's live stream. Hopefully, I can be back with a big video tonight or tomorrow morning, being like, boom, United have signed someone, boom, boom, and all energy. But unfortunately, I don't think I will be. Smash a like, smash a subscribe. See you next time. Thanks for watching, and bye.